What you're looking at here is a picture of the crypto markets, and they're reeling after an Elon Musk tweet that Tesla will no longer accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for their cars. And most crypto investors, in fact, any crypto investor that isn't watching Crypto Banter is losing money today. But here at Crypto Banter, we're actually making money today. In fact, not only are we making money today, but we're making more money today than we've made the entire week. So today, we are going to look at what is causing these markets to come down, whether we should be stressing, and look at how it is that we are the only guys actually making money on these markets. Guys, what do you think of the new music? Fred says he likes it. So we have to go with what Fred says because Fred's the producer. And even though he's not here, because as you know, he's got COVID. Freddie, get better, buddy. We need you back here. We need you back here. It's tough doing a show without you, making it all happen. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Crypto Man Run, and I come to you each and every day. I come to you at 6 a.m. and we do a charting show. And then I come to you again at 10 a.m. EST, and we do a much more fundamentals-based show. And when you combine the technicals and the fundamentals, you get this like magic combination of knowing exactly what to buy and knowing exactly when to buy it. And, you know, we mix the fundamentals, which mainly come from my side, and the technicals, which come from the sniper. And together we are building the most profitable crypto community in the world. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we're in this together, and because we are the only channel in the world that is giving away the Banter bags, or has given away the Banter bags. For the last time, what were the Banter bags? Well, we took $10,000, we invested them in pre-market allocations, and those pre-market allocations came to market. And if you look at a table today of what those Banter bags are worth, well, they're worth, in today's market, just under $500,000. Freddie, do we have a chart of what the Banter bags look like? Let's see, let's have a look if there is a chart of what these Banter bags look like today. We don't have a chart, All right, so you got to just trust us. We do have a chart. Freddie, you're a legend. Even with COVID at home, you got Freddie the legend helping us here. So we took $10,000, we invested into pre-market allocations. The pre-market allocations started coming to market. And what you see over there is the Banter bags, the value of the Banter bags that we gave to 10 lucky people. And one of those lucky people, which I want to actually show you, was a guy that called in or wrote us an email. And I want to read you the email again, except this time I'm going to read it without my WhatsApp number at the bottom so that you guys don't WhatsApp me for 10 years after. It says, Ran, my crypto guide, I just wanted to thank you for what you're doing in the crypto space. I felt I needed to write to you after the last couple of days to express my gratitude. Knowing Crypto Banter can't be bought. And after hearing Sheldon's touching story, you're not only a lifesaver to Sheldon, but to all of us. I trust you and the knowledge you're giving. I was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer in February this year. And when I was diagnosed, my first thought was my kids and how they were going to be taken care of. So I scoured the internet on how to make money in the crypto space, and I came across your channel, and your channel has landed up being a trusted source. Not knowing anything about trading crypto in general, you guys gave me the knowledge and the confidence to invest. In doing so, I was able to take my $5,000 in savings and turn it into $28,000 in 3 months. I've never had this much money in my life, and I'm grateful. If I was to pass away, I know that I can at least have something to leave behind for my kids. I'm a fighter, and I'm not ready to die. So in the meantime, I will keep growing my bags. You've changed my life and given me some light in my darkest times. Thank you, Run. So that was the email that we got. That email obviously touched my heart because, I mean, God, imagine having to fight cancer and then having to worry about your kids. I mean, worrying about your kids is like a massive thing anyway. And now, like, cancer, and then, like, listen, the guy's never had more than $5,000, and now he's got like 28 grand. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to bring in Wes. Wes, how are you, my friend? Wes, can you hear me? I wonder if we've lost Wes. Wes, can you hear me? Let me see if I can get him on a mobile phone and just get him to dial in again. He was, Wes. Let me see, are you there? Okay, let's see if we can get him back. So we will get him back. I'm sure we will get him back. I'm sure we will get him back. But again, like, you shouldn't have to worry about cancer and how you're going to survive and what you're going to leave to your kids. And that is why I gave him the Banter bag. So guys, and we're starting new Banter bags. I think we'll start them on Monday. And I think this time they're going to be, if I tell you, much bigger and much more exciting than the last one. And we're going to have like much more winners. Many more winners. So I want to give this community, I want to give you guys everything. I want to just give it to you. I'm not interested in the money. I want to give everything to the community. So that's Wes, and I'm hoping he's going to log on. I'm sure he's going to log on again. I doubt that he's not going to log on. Okay, let's see. What else is happening? Okay, tomorrow. Remember tomorrow. Tomorrow's a very big day. Hopefully the market will be a better market tomorrow. You know why? Because tomorrow Donkey finally launches. So don't miss that. Tomorrow Donkey. Remember, Donkey is about one-touch copy yield farming. So, yield farming is super complicated. And if you want to be a yield farmer, it's actually a full-time job. And there are yield farmers that can make a lot of money yield farming, and you can now follow them. With Donkey, it's a one-touch, decentralized yield farming program, which means you don't have to put your money into an exchange. You still control your own wallet, and you follow like the best yield farmers in the world. I mean, that's exactly why we like it so much. So don't miss out on Donkey. That launches tomorrow. We'll tell you on the show whether we think it's a good buy or not. Remember, otherwise, to change your profile picture on Twitter. Now, again, write this down. Change your profile picture on Twitter. Comment on my tweets today, because between today and tomorrow, I'm going to go ballistic giving away Donkey tokens. I'm just going to give away tokens. In fact, I'm going to start right now. Let's go look at my Twitter. Let's see who's got a Donkey profile pic. And if you comment with a Donkey profile pic, I'm going to give you Donkey tokens just to celebrate who is a Donkey. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to tweet this. Now, if you're there, look, I've just tweeted, it says, who is a Donkey? And reply to that, who is a Donkey? And then let me just give you guys Donkey tokens. Let's see, who's a Donkey? Oh, I can see the donkeys are coming. This is a big launch, guys. This is a huge launch. I'm so excited. I mean, look at this. Daga Hashimoto says she's a donkey, but she's not a donkey. Easy. She could have won herself a whole lot of Donkey tokens, but she didn't. Okay, let's see. I want some funny ones. Come on, guys, meme it up. Let's get funny. We're going to give away Donkey tokens today on the show, so you got to stay tuned for that. That's going to happen right here today. And is there anything else I need to do? No. Is there anything else I need to do? Okay, nothing else I need to do. The only thing you need to do, what I need to do is I need to check the likes. Make sure that there are likes. We need to make sure there's likes, because there are 11,000 people watching. And if there are 4,500 likes, are you guys absolutely out of your minds? I mean, do I need to bring back the Banter bags if I want likes here? Is that how it works? Come on, guys, smash that like button. We managed to break 20,000 concurrent viewers on Sheldon Show. Let's see if we can break that record now. We can only break that record if you guys smash the like button. That's how it works. Okay, so I've got Wes here saying he's trying to reconnect. Let's see. Is that Wes? Is he reconnected? Wes, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Amazing. Wes, welcome to Crypto Banter. And congratulations, brother. You are our 8th Banter bag winner, I think.
Thank you. This is amazing. I'm so surprised.
Wes,
you guys have been such a big help, and just everything
Wes, I'm dying to understand. So you were diagnosed with cancer in February. What kind of cancer were you diagnosed with?
That's one question I wanted to avoid, but since I'm here, male breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry? My internet, can you repeat?
What are the doctors saying?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear me, Wes?
You cutting in and out. It's hard to hear. My internet connection's not so good.
We'll get you back on the show when you got a better internet connection. It's very, very tough to speak like this. All right, so we'll get Wes back on, but I mean, male breast cancer. Wow, I didn't even know there was such a thing as male breast cancer. Wow. Imagine that and having kids. Anyway, I'm sure we changed Wes's life. Let's get into the big story of the day. And the big story of the day is, of course, the story. Get there. It is the story over here. Story of the market and why the market is so red. And this story started off with Elon Musk's tweet. Now let's go to Elon Musk's tweet so we can actually all get context about what the hell is actually going on here today. So this was Elon Musk's tweet. Let me show you the actual tweet so that you guys can see, get some context. It says Tesla and Bitcoin. And it says Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin. We are concerned about the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal, which has been the worst emission of any fuel. Cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, and we believe that it has a promising future. But this cannot come at a great cost to the environment. Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin, and we intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to a more sustainable energy. We're also looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy. Now, let's read into this. What do you guys think actually happened? I mean, does this sound like it's Elon Musk talking? It's definitely not Elon Musk talking. This is a board member at Tesla who probably got up at a board meeting and said, look, guys, I read an article somewhere because I'm an asshole and I only read one article. And this article shows how Bitcoin mining is super energy inefficient. How can we be an energy efficiency company, dedicate our whole lives to energy efficiency, and then buy $1.5 billion of Bitcoin and boast about it, and then also tell people that we're accepting Bitcoin or encourage people to pay us with Bitcoin and then just say we're going to hold the Bitcoin? You know, that's exactly what it said. I can't imagine that this was Elon, and I'll show you why I can't imagine that this was Elon. Look what happened when Elon Musk and Jack had a little tweet storm. Bitcoin incentivizes renewable energy. And this is a tweet that Jack published. Jack, who's the founder of Twitter, he says, if Bitcoin needs anything, it is more white papers. In this one, at Square and ARK Invest team up to argue for Bitcoin as the key driver for renewable energy's future. Elon Musk replies, true. So if this was Elon, and this wasn't that long ago, then why now has Elon Musk had this change of heart? And the answer, of course, is that it's not Elon Musk that had a change of heart. It is Tesla that had a change of heart. And we should look right into the tweet to see whether or not we should be worried about this tweet. What does this tweet actually say? 1, we are not selling Bitcoin. Okay. 2, we are looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy. Fred, I know you're there. Look, there's a tweet that I had which said that how much Cardano actually uses. Upload that tweet for me. Let's have a look at it. It's in the designers group. So let's have a look at that. At the same time, I guess we also Anthony Pompliano dropping some bomb facts today on CNBC. Let me play it for you guys just so that you can hear what the pump said and how the pump represented today on CNBC.
But you don't think that this is...
Look, I think that we've got to just kind of stick to the facts, right? And I always say, don't listen to what they're saying, just watch what they're doing. Elon Musk is still long billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Between Tesla, SpaceX, and personally, Elon Musk owns billions of dollars of Bitcoin, and he's not selling it because of this kind of energy narrative. The second thing is that the facts are overwhelming. 75% of miners use some form of renewable energy. And the reason is because the financial incentive is for miners to go around the world and find the cheapest power. That is their biggest cost input when they're mining Bitcoin. And so they're financially incentivized to go find this renewable power. And when you start to look at the comparisons of how much coal is used in Bitcoin mining, it's dwarfed by things like the coal that is used in the banking system. Or you'll hear a lot of times people will say things like there's more electricity consumed by the Bitcoin network than in some countries. But what people fail to say is that the American consumer, their use of Christmas lights consume more power in a given year than some countries' electricity consumption.
Okay, so he's actually just dropping the facts here. And again, it all comes down to facts. And I think that this lone board member at the Tesla board meeting just didn't have his facts. I also dug up this Forbes article. The Forbes article was called Bitcoin's Energy Consumption is a Highly Charged Debate. Who's right? And it was an analysis by Simone. It was a big article, but I've taken the small parts out of it. It says, an analysis by Simone Bruzzoni, operating partner at tech investment firm Cota Capital, suggests that gold mining is 50 times more expensive than mining Bitcoin and running Bitcoin the network. Producing gold for a wedding band on your finger alone creates 20 tons of waste. Another part of the article, Digital Mint COO Don Wiper, meanwhile, points out that the gold mining industry, which produces between 2,500 and 3,000 tons of gold every year, consumes, get this, 475 million gigajoules of electricity, around 131.9 terawatts. It is much more difficult to scrutinize the energy output for the banking system, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not only Bitcoin that is consuming energy. Yes, I'm sure that Bitcoin is not the only thing consuming energy, but if you look at the comparatives, which is gold is much more energy inefficient. And if you look at the number of transfers that are happening on the Bitcoin ecosystem, it's much more efficient. Gold mining, of course, relies heavily on grid power and direct fossil fuels generated electricity. Last year, the World Gold Council report suggested the gold sector emissions must be reduced by 80% by 2050. And if you heard Pomp, what he said is that the Bitcoin mining relies a lot on fossil fuel, on renewable energy, which is much more energy efficient. Listen to what he says as to whether he thinks this is a good thing or a bad thing.
But you don't think that this is bad PR, just in general, for Bitcoin bulls when someone like Elon Musk makes comments like this? It can't be good.
Oh, I actually think it's very good, right? It's the Streisand effect. Remember when everyone was yelling and screaming about Robinhood and how bad they were, and downloads were exploding for Robinhood? The exact same thing's happening with Bitcoin. All the mainstream media and all the blogs and all the Twitterverse, et cetera, is doing is they're marketing Bitcoin right now. They are waking the world up to what is Bitcoin. There are people who are going to go and they're going to sign up for accounts across all of these crypto exchanges, and they're going to start buying Bitcoin for the first time because they see it in the news. And so I think while the intuitive kind of thought track is that stuff like this is bad, what you see in the data across these exchanges and across the kind of signups is that actually it leads to many more people coming in and buying the asset. And as you saw when the price started to crash, it was already down about 7-8% yesterday. It did dip right at about another 3-4%, whatever it was, but we're still sitting right around 950 billion, $1 trillion. And there's just really heavy buying that you can see in the on-chain metrics. And when it dips to that level, there's a ton of people, both institutional and retail, that are buying up Bitcoin. And I don't foresee that we're going to see, much lower levels than that.
So, I mean, I guess it just doesn't sound logical. It must be that it was this one lone board member who created a big noise. And, being a director of a publicly listed company, you have this big fiduciary responsibility. And I guess that's exactly what happened. You know who else weighed in on this whole discussion? Our good friend, let me show you this, Dave Portnoy. By the way, Dave Portnoy is spinach hands Portnoy, because this guy bought Bitcoin, it went down like 5%, and he dumped all his Bitcoin. And now listen to him talking.
Elon. So Elon tanked crypto yesterday. He tweets out that Tesla will no longer be accepting Bitcoin as payment until Bitcoin can be mined in a more environmentally friendly manner. Elon is toying with people's fortunes. Listen, I'm for the environment, and I don't know nearly enough. I don't comment on things I don't know about. Whether Bitcoin is good for the environment, Bitcoin's bad for the environment, or the parabolic guy's using too much gas in his Ferrari, I don't fucking know. I don't comment on things I don't pretend to know. Or if I do, I let you know that I don't know, that I pretend to know that I know. That's me. So maybe there's truth to the environment, maybe there's not. Here's what I do know. We got 1 minute. Elon, as of 5 fucking minutes ago, was pro Bitcoin, saying that they were going to accept Bitcoin, saying that, and then he put Bitcoin on the Tesla balance sheet so Bitcoin could make all this fucking money. He sold some of the Bitcoin, and I'm like, oh, what's going on there? He's like, I had to prove the liquidity of the Bitcoin market, that you can move this much Bitcoin, it's all liquid. I had to prove that That's why he said he sold it. He didn't fucking mention the environment. For such a smart guy, he acted like someone just knocked on his door. He's like, oh, by the way, it's bad for the... Where have you been, Elon? You've been doing this shit now, playing Wizard of Oz with Doge and Bit, and all of a sudden, it's a 180. Ding, ding, ding. This smells to me what he has been doing, in my opinion, now for a year. And by the way, you may want to tip your cap to him. He says he's the master of coin. He's the puppet master. He is just playing God with the crypto market. He tweets positive, it goes up. He tweets negative, it goes down. He says Doge is a hustle, it crashes. He says crypto or Bitcoin is bad for the environment, it crashes. He's probably buying more right now, and then he's going to tweet, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Elon is playing God with the crypto market. And when I phoned Elon for comment, this is what he said. I mean, you guys need to hear that. I phoned him and said, Elon, what is this about? I really need to understand. You know, we're both South African. So I'm South African, Elon Musk is South African. So we've got this like relationship. So I phoned Elon. I said to him, Elon, listen, buddy, what is this? What's going on? And this is what he said.
As I think it's like as I said earlier, you know, I think you can always think of like, you know, this was like kind of.
That's what he said. No jokes. That's what he said. So what does this mean? Well, this is bad. This is bad for proof of work coins. Is it fundamentally bad? Has anything changed? No. There's still a lot of inflation in the United States. People are still going to buy Bitcoin as the inflation hedge because it is much more efficient than gold. This is a temporary setback. And that's why it creates a massive buying opportunity. The big question is, one, what should we be buying? And two, how is it that on a day like this, when the market looks like this, let me show you, when the market looks like that, how is it that we still make money? We here at Crypto Banter make money. I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you how it is. Because no one else has a sniper. No other stations in the world, not BitBoy, not George, not CNBC, not CNN. Nobody has a sniper like we have a sniper.
What's up, buddy?
This is bad for proof of work coins. I mean, just bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Just bad to play though. Tomorrow it'll be fine again.
No, definitely. It's all bad for one day, and then everyone sort of moves on the next day. So everyone's in a panic today, and tomorrow everything continues. But we've been doing very well with the way we've been structuring, the way we've been looking at the market, the way we've been sort of trying to understand and roadmap this bull run and how everything's running. And I think we're on a good page here. I think our community is on a good page. I think they're learning, and we're starting to understand that we have made money today. And we've made the true currencies for the first time. So I think that's a big switch for a lot of people to understand that screw the USDT for now. We'll get to there in a bear market. But for now, we are making some true currencies. We can see clearly on the right how we are waking up so much, especially to Bitcoin pairs, especially to Ethereum pairs. So a lot of the coins.
Stop. Guys, look at Sheldon's screen. Look how green the screen is. That's what Crypto Banter people see. This is what the rest of the market sees. This is what Crypto Banter people see. Green, plus 15, plus 13, plus 13, plus 16. And this is what the rest of the market see. And the reason is because we told you guys, trade out of US dollars, trade into ETH. Trade out of ETH into Cardano, into DOT, into Litecoin, into Bitcoin Cash. Even though Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin are proof of work coins, and they did get a bit of a hit, we told you guys, trade out of Ethereum. And if you would have done that, Sheldon, where would the guys be right now?
Well, a lot of the coins would be, Ethereum did still overpower, since we've been speaking about it for the last week. It's still overpowered a bit more, but right now you would have made all your ETH back and more just over this one-day push. But the difference is, like you just said, your proof of work coins, your Bitcoin Cash, your Litecoin and that, they have jumped, but they haven't jumped near to the same, what I call it, differences to the proof of stake coins. We can see Cardano's done 15, 16, 17% to the pairs. And if we look at Litecoin, it's done 3%, 2%. You look at Bitcoin Cash, 4%, 2%. So we can see the difference, though, between the two, that this has obviously slowed down the proof of work coins, which is good because it has sort of been their territory for the last few weeks. It has. The only one that's really been rallying is obviously Ethereum. And now we're starting to get the breakthrough from the rest. So DOT has a brilliant explosion today. It's done close to 13% on Bitcoin. It's done close to 16% on Ethereum. brilliant. And obviously Cardano has shot up brilliantly. Zol's waking up to the pairs now. The coins are really, Theta's waking up brilliantly. I see VET is also 10% to USD, but it's close to 7-8% to the Bitcoin pair, 7% to Ethereum. So, you know, to understand that Ethereum's been running the market for the last month, and now it's time for Ethereum to relax a bit. So now a lot of the other coins are starting to catch up. So we are actually making currency. We are making true money right now, which is important to understand.
Yeah, but not many people understand that even if you're not making money in US dollars, you are actually making money in real money, which is Ethereum. And we've made a lot more Ethereums. And by virtue of the fact that we've made a lot more Ethereum, we've made a lot more Bitcoin. We made a shit ton more Bitcoin, right?
Definitely. And not thinking that the Ethereum to Bitcoin pair has only just started. You know, we've been talking about the Ethereum to Bitcoin pair on the daily and that, but you know, if we have a look at the actual weekly and the potential of where Ethereum's got to go, it's got such a long way to go that it's really going to overpower Bitcoin quite a bit. So the fact that we are collecting an asset that's going to beat Bitcoin in the next few months, outperform it percentage-wise to the dollar, is huge, which means just by us focusing on making Ethereum automatically makes us more Bitcoin as well. And I think people still get a bit confused about these currencies, but it's not that, you know, because you're so trained to the dollar, if you learn how to just trade to making more Ethereum and Bitcoin, the dollar performs naturally. You'll see your portfolio dollar will just grow like you've never seen it before, because for the first time you're not focusing about it. And then you can actually see the true light. What is crypto? Crypto, we're supposed to be believing in the crypto coins, right? But we still worry about fiat. And the problem is we're mixing fiat with crypto, and that's why you're losing half the time, and that's why you've struggled to adapt, because you're still incorporating fiat in your life. Fiat is a failing currency. It's failing currencies. It's just not working anymore. It's the old money system, and it's not working anymore. But yet we still accept it, and we still support it every single day, and we still use it. But understanding if we can just trade the crypto pairs to each other, the fiat comes automatic. It just comes naturally to everyone. So I think we're starting to change a lot of people's minds, right? I think people are starting to understand now that you just showed it. Look at the damn screen. Look what the whole world sees right now, and look what we see right now. We see all of this right now, and it's just a mental shift from just understanding money in general.
Okay, so look, is there anything right now that you would be buying? I mean, we said trade out of your Ethereum. You can go back to Bitcoin. What would you be buying right now? Is there anything right now where you'd say, you know, I've got some US dollars lying around. Do I put them into Bitcoin at $50,000, which I'm tempted to do? What do I do with the money?
Well, my opinion is the ones that obviously haven't. We know we need a pullback from DOT to the Ethereum pair for pull. You know, remember, don't chase the green, the big ones, but I'll definitely be looking at the ones that are just starting to get going. So my first one, and I know it's one of your big favorites, is BNB. I definitely think BNB, if you got some extra cash, is a good one to be getting in. We do know to the Ethereum pair, it's done absolutely zero, which means it's still going to have a strong jump through to Ethereum, and that's when it's going to start exploding. So BNB is a really key one. That's going to give us good gains to Ethereum, which will automatically give us good Bitcoin. And same as that, I think the one that's on special today is Link, definitely Chainlink. So we have been speaking a lot about these, but these are the two that haven't yet popped the way we said these coins are going to pop. Remember, they can't just all go ballistic. There's a lot of money here now. So they are going to go at different times. So DOT and Cardano are the first ones to pop. Kusama, massive one to pop. And next I see your Link, your Link, your Theta, and I see your and the BNB. Those are my next ones I see that are really going to pop.
I think Kusama and Polkadot we're going to speak about in a second. Sheldon, what would you do if I told you that pretty soon, a couple of weeks, you will be able to buy tokens on Binance, on Kucoin, on your best exchanges, and as soon as you buy them, you're going to click a button that's going to say, would you like to insure these tokens? And then it would say, you could say yes or no. And if you press yes, it would say, you can insure them against hacks, rug pulls, and even insure them against the price going down like they went today. Would you buy it?
What? Oh, yeah, well, it sounds very interesting. I would love to know how it works.
So we're joined here by Dennis Gorbachev.
Hi guys.
How's it going, buddy?
Dennis
Dennis
is from a protocol that I invested in. The protocol is called Shield Finance. And the reason why I invested in these guys was because I really believe in insurance. And he claims, he called me today, he said, did you know that your user base can actually insure themselves against a drop in token prices? I was like, listen, I thought you could only insure against rug pulls. You're telling me you can actually insure against a drop in token prices?
Yeah, that's correct. You can actually do that.
Okay, explain to me how it works.
Okay, so you know about the regular stop losses, right? That you can set on the exchanges.
Yes.
So the problem with the regular stop loss is that you have to hold the money, you have to hold the tokens on the exchanges. And it's bad because the exchanges, they can get hacked, or your account can get hacked. So, and it's not true DeFi style. You don't really hold your coins. You remember, not your keys, not your coins. So this is the problem with the regular stop loss. And this is why we need real DeFi style insurance. And well, that's what we're building. So we call it market crash protection. And it's a smart contract that you can use as a stop loss. It has a so-called guaranteed price for the token. And if the price of this token that you've insured, it goes below the guaranteed price, then you can sell back into the market crash protection contracts. So you can claim your money back.
Okay, but surely this is very expensive. Like, surely if I buy a token, surely if I buy Bitcoin for $55,000 and I want to insure myself under, say, $50,000, surely it's going to be quite expensive.
No, of course not. Actually, the premiums are going to be like maybe 10% or something like this. So if you want to insure how much again, 50K position?
Yes.
Yeah, so that would cost you like around 5K only. And the best thing is there is unlimited upside. So you still, if you set a stop loss and the price goes down, dips, and then goes back up, then you essentially you lose, because if you sell your Bitcoin into fiat, as you say, like you're losing money in this case if Bitcoin continues to go up in fiat terms. Whereas if you buy insurance, you have the right to exercise this insurance, but you don't need to. If you believe that this is just a temporary dip, this is just Elon playing games with the market, you can continue holding. You don't have to sell. You have the right to sell, but you don't have to. It's not automatic. You always control your funds.
Dennis, in the interest of time, what else is Shield building? Explain to me how this insurance of this aggregator of all insurance products actually works.
Okay, so you have lots of insurance providers on the market, and new ones are coming also. So I believe that the users will need to have a single place where they can choose all the insurance from all the insurance providers. It's kind of like 1inch, but for insurance. It's a different protocol, but the same marketplace.
So basically what you're saying is anybody can buy any token. As soon as they buy the token, there'll be an option to insure the token, and you guys will aggregate all the insurances that are available for that specific token, and you'll sell it to the user, which means that crypto will be much more usable and much more protected.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be much easier for the user.
When does this launch? When does this amazing concept launch?
So we're going to release a testnet version in 3-4 weeks after our IDO, which is going to happen on May 19. So next week, Wednesday, we're going to launch on Ignition. And in 3-4 weeks after this, we're going to have the testnet version.
Okay, so let's check in with you again after your launch, because I'm interested to see after your launch. I actually want to use it. I want to try it. I want to see what happens.
I'd love to try that, because that's quite interesting.
Super interesting. Super interesting. All righty, Dennis.
Send a message, guys.
Very good to have you on the show on a day like this when the whole market's gone down.
For sure.
Now, one of you in the comments, very, very smart, you said, hold on, what happened? Where am I? Okay, so one of you on the show said that there are 14,000 people watching and only 7,000 likes. I'm going to check that. There are 14,712 people watching and there are 7,100 likes. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Guys, smash that like button. Break the algorithm. We do this for the likes. Cool, Sheldon, stay on. I want to just talk about the other big story, which is bringing down the market.
No, I'm going to keep charting my side. You go ahead.
Alrighty, guys. So the other big story in the news is what was bringing down the big American stock market yesterday. If you watched yesterday, you saw that Bitcoin started to go down before this Elon Musk tweet. What brought it down? The US stock market going down. And I've always said to you that if the US stock market goes down, then Bitcoin will go down with it. The big question is, why did the US stock market go down? Let me show you.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. We have breaking news, our April read on Consumer Price Index. And believe me, if you're standing, I recommend you sit down. Up 0.8% on headline, 4 times expectations. Strip out the all-important food and energy, up 3 times expectations, up 0.9%. Year over year, up 4.2%. And if you look at year over year core, up 3.0%. These are staggering numbers. However, they shouldn't be a surprise.
Of course, they shouldn't be a surprise. If you print 65% or 70% more US dollars in 1 year than you've ever printed in the entire history of the US dollar, why are you surprised that inflation is 4.4%? Inflation is actually much bigger than that. Inflation is about 30 or 40%. I think what the Americans are worried about is the fact that the government can't conceal the inflation anymore. Because inflation is actually it's a big joke. It's a hack. The government doesn't publish how they get the inflation numbers. And the reason why they don't publish how they get the inflation numbers is so that they can keep manipulating it to show that inflation is going low. Why is everyone so scared of inflation? What's the difference if we get this inflation? Well, if there is too much inflation, then the problem is that they have to raise interest rates. It means that people are willing to spend too much money, and it means that they're going to have to raise interest rates at some point. And if they raise interest rates, it means that everything becomes cheaper. The stock prices become cheaper and everything else. And so now you've got these smart Americans, and what these smart Americans are doing is, for the first time in a long time, I don't have the chart. I was hoping I could show you the chart, but for the first time in a long time, what they're doing is they're Googling inflation. It's like a massive, oh, there it is. So thanks, Freddie. Inflation is now being searched. Can you believe it? This is what the Americans are doing now. They are searching what inflation is. How will you not get inflation if, how do you not have inflation if you're printing 45, 50, 60% more US dollars in 1 year than have ever been printed in the entire history of the US dollar? How? Explain to me. How are you surprised that it's only 4.4%? But they were surprised. And that's why the markets came down yesterday. And now they've got this this party line. So how does the party line go? Don't worry, guys. This is temporary inflation. Okay, what the hell is temporary inflation? There's no such thing as temporary inflation. What they're saying is, they're saying, look, we're going to have high inflation now, and we'll have high inflation in the next quarter, but then it'll be low inflation again. And they want you to buy it. Okay, let me explain to you what this whole con is with temporary inflation. I'm going to show you. If you have 100 in year one, and then you say that you have 10% inflation, you now have 110, right? So your base is 110. But then you get an extra 5% in the next year. Now your base is 110, and you add 5 to it, and you've multiplied by 5%, and you get 115.5. And the next year you have another 5%, and now you've actually got 121.275%. What it means is that what they're counting on doing is they're counting on smashing all the inflation into the now, and then showing it's coming back to us in 2 years when you're going, hey, look, our inflation's only 2%. Yes, of course our inflation's only 2% because you raised it by 10% back then. And they're hoping that at the same time that that wages won't increase as much. Guys, it's bullshit. It's a con. There is hyperinflation in the United States. And don't think that this is temporary. This is here to stay, and it's here to stay forever. The dollar is devaluing forever. Okay, so the big question is, if the dollar is devaluing, then theoretically, gold and Bitcoin should be going up. If there's inflation and the dollar is getting weaker, then gold and Bitcoin should be going up. Why did Bitcoin actually start coming down yesterday? And the answer is very simple. Right now, Bitcoin is not a substitute for gold. Right now, Bitcoin is 50% a substitute for gold, and 50% a very speculative asset. And so when people panic about anything, they see the venture capital side of Bitcoin, and they take their money out of Bitcoin because they go, oh, no, hold on, wait, this is a risky asset. Bitcoin still isn't like this non-risky asset that people run to when they want protection. And that is why Bitcoin started pulling back. And what I said yesterday on my Twitter is that I think that this is the last time ever that Bitcoin is going to go down when there's inflation fears. Because in a year or 2 years or 3 years, this whole narrative about it being a risky asset is going to fall away. It's going to become more like gold. And gold's not a risky asset. I mean, to me it is, but it's not really a risky asset. And that is why Bitcoin went down yesterday. So for me, massive, massive buying opportunity. You mix the Elon Musk tweets, which are bullshit, with this whole narrative that inflation is rising and people panicking out of the markets. It's a lot of bullshit. It just is a lot of bullshit. And a great buying opportunity, for proof of work coins. Cool, let's see what else we've got to talk about today. There are a few other things. I know I made a whole list here of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, okay, let's talk about it. I want to talk about this. Did you guys see what happened with Vitalik yesterday? Vitalik let the dogs out. So here's how the story goes. These creators of these dog-based shitcoins, Shiba and all those other dog-based shitcoins, gifted Vitalik or sent Vitalik these shitcoins in the hope that he'd never ever sell them and that he'd keep them locked up in liquidity. And then yesterday, what did Vitalik do? He pulled the rug on these shitcoins and he started selling them and giving the proceeds to different kinds of charities. Now, he gave away, depending on where you read, but I mean, some people are saying that he gave away over $1 billion yesterday in shitcoin meme dog coins to charities. The block actually reckons that he gave, let's have a look at this. The block reckons that he donated more than $60 million to the COVID India charity, which is run by one of the founders of Etherum Layer 2, Matic. So this is exactly what Vitalik did. Now, why did Vitalik do this? Why did he give away $1 billion? One is because I guess it was just gifted to him. And if he didn't give it away, he'd have to pay huge tax. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I don't think he's the kind of guy that wants to get unjustifiably enriched, right? And the third thing is because these dog coins were destroying Ethereum. I don't know if you saw the Ethereum fees in the last couple of weeks, but they have been unusable. And you know why they've been unusable? Because of these dog coins, these dog shit coins, clogging, all built on Ethereum, and all these TikTokers coming in to clog up this Ethereum. So what do you do? By rug pulling it and selling, this is what happened to the dog shit coins. Okay, you got Shiba down 33%. You got Doge. Okay, Doge is not on the Ethereum network, but still also down 11.6%. I think that this is one blow away from the death blow to all the dog meme shitcoins. And I think that this is going to be the end of the dog meme shitcoins, and we can carry on with life as usual. And I find two ironies in here. The first irony is that in 2017 or 2018, cats, collectible cats, crypto kitties clogged the Ethereum network, made it unusable. 2021 is dogs that are clogging up the Ethereum network. The funny thing is actually not that funny, but it does show how uneducated, how irrational investor money actually is in the market. Now, get this story here. This is a story about Yearn Finance. Now, Yearn Finance is the mother of all big tokens. The token's name is YFI. And I want to show you the YFI token, and I want to show you the YFI performance token. And then I want to show you what actually happened. So obviously it's down today. Everything's down today because of the Elon tweet. But look what happened in the last 7 days. You see this? You see this rise from 52,000 to 90,000? You know what sparked that rise? Let me tell you what sparked that rise. Something genius. Yearn Finance, YFI, created a new token called Woofy. And they did this to take the mickey out of the shitcoins, the shitty dog coins. And what they said is that you could woofy, if you held YFI tokens, you could woofy them, okay? How do you woofy them? You basically split your token by 1 million. And so here is the woofy chart. And so a woofy token costs 7 cents, whereas a YFI token costs $70,000. And just by doing that, it managed to drive the YFI price up. There was no other reason. When they did this test, it was like for no other reason. This YFI price went up. And that just shows that people don't understand the difference between buying one Bitcoin or buying $100 worth of Bitcoin. They think that just because the price is low, you're going to get more tokens. And it's garbage because you're getting the same token, just subdivided. But they proved their point because Woofy took up YFI's market cap up by a couple of $100 million. And I don't know, maybe it's a lesson for anybody else that is trying to penetrate or to try and get a token price up. Don't launch $1,000 tokens. If you look at the traditional markets, you got Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, and I mean their token price is like $429,000. And if they just split their token price, maybe they'd get more of these Robinhood and TikTok buyers actually buying their tokens. So that's something to look out for, and just shows how ridiculous this whole dog meme thing has become. If you launch a token called Woofy, you can take the token of a large cap alt and you can drive it up from a market cap of here, whatever the market cap was, to almost double it just by changing the name to Woofy. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely crazy. Okay, we do have a little bit more time, and I do want to talk to you about probably, for me, one of the most exciting stories of the day, and that is the story of Kusama. Kusama's up 7.1% today, but that's if you look at it against the Bitcoin pair, against the US dollar pair. Sheldon, if people listened to us yesterday, you're on mute, but if people listened to us yesterday,
I'm back.
So if people listened to us yesterday and they bought Kusama with their ETH, how much would they be up today?
Well, I need to have a look at the ETH pair. I'm struggling to find that, but to Bitcoin, it would be up from bottom to top, sure, over 40%.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge.
To Bitcoin.
So I want to show you guys why Kusama started running, and you really got to understand this because this is like this is huge. This is like massive, huge. This is a revolution in blockchain. If you don't understand this, you got a big problem. Anyone out there? Sorry, my internet seems to have frozen. I hope I'm here.
Yeah, your picture's frozen. What's up? I think we lost our man. Cool. Let me see if I can share screen. Yeah. Awesome. Well, this is where we're sitting with Kusama. So, guys, where we're obviously sitting with Kusama, I still see a massive push coming from Kusama. I think we've only literally just got it going. If I have a look to the daily, we've only just broken all-time high. So obviously there's a lot of fundamental news coming behind it, but so is the charts. And definitely to Bitcoin, we can see a tremendous amount of growth. So if I just take the normal Fibonacci tool from top to bottom, it can take us all the way to, let's have a look, another 10 to 20% to the first 1618, and the next position can obviously take us another 50% growth. You're back there, Aaron. I sort of just took over for now.
What happens when you got a great sidekick? You can just log off and log on and that's what's happening. Okay, so there was big news on Kusama yesterday. Let's talk about the big news on Kusama. Sheldon, this is where we mix the technicals and the fundamentals. The charts told us something was going to happen, but they didn't tell us why. And now we know exactly why. And why is because Kusama made an announcement that because the Kusama Council, because obviously Kusama is decentralized, said that people can start staking and unstaking Kusama to contribute to creating the parachains. Now, you need to understand what this parachain thing is all about. This is what I want to show you guys, because it's very, very, very important that you understand the hype around Polkadot and Kusama. And I see there's a lot of sun, so I'm going to try and move the sun. There we go, move the sun. We don't see the sun anymore, do we? Okay, no more sun. Okay, so let's talk about Kusama and how this works. The thing with Kusama and Polkadot is that Kusama and Polkadot are not actually blockchains. Kusama and Polkadot are actually bridges that connect other blockchains and allow them to be interoperable. I want to show you a picture of this. And I want to explain this to you because it's super important. So here's a visual representation of what Polkadot actually is. And if you look at all of these little white dots, these are all specialist blockchains. So specialist blockchain 1, specialist blockchain 2, specialist blockchain 3. And by being built on the substrate network, you can now communicate cross-chain. So say this was Etherum over here. You could now talk to another blockchain, which is specializing in something else. And that is what they call the parachains. So each one of these dots is actually a parachain, and it's its own blockchain. Like just think its own Ethereum or Zilliqa or whatever else. And it's a specialist parachain in something, it's a specialist parachain. So how do you become a parachain? You can't just decide, hey, I'm a Polkadot project and I'm going to become a Polkadot parachain, even though many projects are now using this buzzline that, hey, I'm a Polkadot parachain. There are no Polkadot parachains yet. There are many projects that want to be parachains on Polkadot, but there's not a single parachain on Polkadot yet. And the Kusama Council yesterday announced that it is expediting the roadmap to start conducting the parachain auctions. How do you become a parachain? Well, this is where it gets interesting. There's a thing called crowd loans. Now, what's a crowd loan? Say that I wanted to launch a project which was going to become a Kusama parachain. What I would do is I'd come to you guys and I'd say, look, could you loan me money in return for my tokens? I'd reward you with tokens for loaning me money. And if we can raise enough money, we would go into an auction to become a parachain. And if there are enough supporters who are willing to contribute enough money and to lock up the money for a period of time for as long as I am a parachain, then we can raise the money to actually become a parachain. And so you guys would earn you guys would earn my token for backing me or for loaning me this money for as long as you have the money staked. And I would become a parachain and I could do these amazing things and talk to these amazing other chains. And so what happened yesterday was the Kusama Foundation said, okay, let's start this. And this is a framework for how this is going to happen on Polkadot. Because remember, Kusama is like the little brother or the little sister to Polkadot. So Polkadot's the big daddy. Polkadot will only ever have 100 parachains, but Kusama will have a whole lot more parachains. And so this whole thing of launching Kusama and launching the parachains is now starting. And in order to do that, people are going to have to lock up millions and millions and millions of Kusama. Because just think that for every parachain here, there's going to be an auction. And for every auction, the people who back the auction are going to have to lock up their tokens for as long as it's a parachain, which means those tokens are out of circulation. And those tokens holders are going to start earning fees. That's why, literally, right now, Kusama is probably one of the best tokens out there. Kusama and Polkadot, because they work on this substrate framework. And it's actually starting to happen, starting to get rolled out. They'll try it with Kusama now, and if it works, they'll roll it out to Polkadot. And that's the big fuss here. That's what it's all about. Let's get Sheldon back on. And Sheldon, would you be buying Kusama and Polkadot?
After the next pullback, so there will be one short term, obviously not just yet because of what it's been doing. DOT's obviously 18% up on Bitcoin and Kusama. So they're both heated right now. We'll have to see in a day or two. There will be some new entries, but for now, we've just missed the pump for now. Let's rather be a bit more safe.
Let's be safe. All right, so on that note, guys, be safe out there. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day. But remember, if you're part of the crypto banter community, you guys are making money regardless of what's going on in the market. You're making a lot of money. And I think it's going to continue. In fact, if I were to put my money on it, I say tomorrow the market goes up again. Sheldon, what do you think?
Green day. Usually after a big red day USDT-wise, usually next day is a big green day, so which is exciting. And I think it's going to be in our favor this time. Come on, let's make Ethereum.
Let's make some more Ethereum. Let's make some more Ethereum. Let's make money in these down days. Guys, I'm going home. I'm getting into bed. I'll see you. I'll probably have a laptop and I'll be trading in bed. I'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, we are looking for donkeys, so comment on my donkey meme pick. Because tomorrow is a big day. It's the day that donkey launches. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, trade well, my friend.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.